Well, hello everyone. Welcome to Timsy Naked Tarot and welcome to the 10th night of Yuletide. Okay, Yuletide is the pagan celebration of the winter solstice, basically. It's not Christmas, although King Hecon, the good, I think he was, merged Christmas and Yuletide together at some point in history in the Scandinavian countries, way back when. So just a quick refresher, just in case you're new and you have not watched all the other ones, the day or night 1 to 9 will all have links in this one in the description. So if you want to look back through any of them, feel free to do so. On this night, we'd be remembering and thinking about Sanna. Sanna was the old Viking god of sun and light and life to a certain extent. I say the old Viking god because it was the god of sun before the Viking era. Obviously, the people of Scandinavia were about, they didn't just appear as Vikings. Okay, they developed into Vikings. And that's a little bit of what we will be thinking about tonight. The fact that things change and transform and move from one thing to another, because by the Viking by the Viking era, not many people worshipped Sanna anymore. She was a dying goddess, shall we say. But we then see echoes of her in her description, in her powers, in her grace and in her elegance within other gods, such as Gerd, the wife of Freya, and what's the word? Another one, Freyes as well. They're like Freyes had a flaming necklace and golden sunlight hair, and as did Ger. And the Valkyrie are quite often with a lot of description of Sanna as they ride into battle, displaying lots of elements of Sanna. So we are thinking of the evolution of things, okay, on this night. Not so much the sun god or goddess herself from ancient Scandinavian mythology, but more of the fact that things change. Sooner or later, the god we worship will gradually change into something else. Yeah? The Roman Catholic Church done a lot of that for us, transferring like the celebration of Christmas, and Easter into the pagan festivals and rituals. When you listen to the Nativity, for instance, the shepherds brought lambs to Jesus' birth to give us gifts. Well, don't really care what country you're in, bearing in mind Jesus was born in the Middle East. You didn't have lambs in the middle of December, okay? Yeah, I know it's closer to the equator and it's not so seasonal, it's not so cold, but generally speaking, I think lambs normally come at a certain time of year. They take a certain time to grow and leave their parent sheep. So, yeah, come December time, the ewes are probably pregnant, but they haven't got lambs anymore because the lambs they had for that season have already grown into young sheep. Diversion. Okay, so we'll also be thinking about justice, letting equality and fairness into our lives, giving people a fair chance to display their true selves, not just that moment you saw, that moment of madness they may have had, which gives you your first impression that they're to be untrusted or they are unreliable. That could be just one little blip in a generally perfectly reliable and trusted life. And so think about giving people time as well. Time to show you their best as well as their worst. And then you can make a valid judgment, taking all the information into account. This would be the month of hunting. way back when. All the harvest has been, well, 90% of the harvest has probably all been brought in. The fields aren't needing so much work. So it's time to go hunting. It's time to go and find the things that you wouldn't necessarily be able to make or grow yourself. Hunting bears to get furs for the winter, wolves to get furs for the winter, deer, yes, we'd get fur from the deer as well, but we'd also get antlers for tools, and we'd also get meat to eat. And they probably didn't shy away from eating the wolf meat or the bear meat either. Their society was very much different to ours. How we get people shying away from eating chickens now. But moving on to things, so you've got your basic winter supplies from what you've grown, your beets, your wheat, and your grains and the like. So you're going out hunting to get your meat, your proteins. Okay. So yeah, that will be what the sort of things we'll be thinking of. This month, the month of hunting would be October, by the way. So why not tonight take a few minutes to just sit down, think about the things what happened last October for you, where you were planning on going, where you ended up going. And then take a few more minutes to think about where you want to be in about 8 months' time from now, or 10 months' time from now, even in October. And start putting those plans into action now, because some of them might take a lot longer than you think, as you may have learned from last October. Well, it's got to the point where we're going to have a little look-see and see what the universe is going to reveal to us about October. Yeah, it will be the normal one. I will be putting in some runes, one for what the month kind of is bringing for you, the viewer, what love you, the viewer, might be expecting, wealth for you, the viewer, and then an overall world sort of pull on the month of October. See what's going on in the world. Okay, so I'm going to put you on pause while I get the camera set up to do that bit of it, and then I'll see you on the other side. Well, hello, we're back. Okay, not that I've gone for very long. Let's pick some runes out, shall we? We'll have that one for your month of October. We'll have that one for your love, that one for your wealth, and that one for what's going on in the world. Okay, so let's have a look at that one first. And that is Gabo. Gabo is all about gifts, receiving, exchanging, giving gifts. It's kind of contracts as well. X would have been used to sort of mark the space of confirmation, agreement of a contract, okay, for those who were illiterate. And, well, back in the Viking time, that was a lot. So, yeah, you would just put your mark, yeah, X marks the spot. Lots of people think that is all to do with treasure chests and treasure maps and things like that, but it's actually marking the spot on the contract where you have to sign. Okay, so we have got that, what's already fallen out. The King of Cups in reverse. Now, the King of Cups in the upright would be using diplomacy or being indecisive. Quite often, diplomacy is not actually what you think it is. It's a stalling tactic. Okay. And why do you need to stall for something? Because you haven't quite decided on what you want to do. So with that taken into account, it's in reverse. So we have decided what we want to do. Okay. And this decision is creating a lot of happiness and joy and security. Okay, so there you go. There's the other one. We've got the Sun coming out. We've got the Three of Wands, and we've got the Three of Cups as well. So with the Sun, well, yeah, we've just gone through the King of Cups. So with the Sun is being, well, warm, being generous, being gracious, and that is echoing what Gabo means. Yeah, Gabo can be receiving gifts, but when you receive the gifts, be gracious for them, be thankful for them. These could be like the gifts of life, or these could be actual gifts from people to you. With the Three of Wands is often looking for new horizons. These gifts may be allowing you to expand if you want to. It could be like a gift of knowledge, a gift of experience you could be receiving off someone, which then would allow you to use their knowledge and their experience to move into your own fields and expand on that. The Three of Wands tends to be setting the intention to do something, wanting to change the position you're in, move into a different area and the like. With the Three of Cups coming out, this will be communication. It's rejoice, it's reunions. It tends to be communication en masse with the Three of Cups. Yes, sometimes it can be a third party, but there's nothing else here to really indicate a third party except for perhaps someone making a decision, but that could be you. Maybe you've made a decision that you want to leave the current work you are in and move to a new career field, or perhaps you just want to move full stop. Okay. The Three of Cups is sort of, as I said, it's a communication en masse. It's like social media, working on social media. Perhaps you become big on social media, you start a YouTube channel, or you become an influencer on Twitter or something like that. Crossing, it is the Ace of Swords. It's a new beginning. It's a new beginning, I feel, within you. It's a more new, truthful self. You will be not so much, I'm not saying that you are a liar, my viewers. It's just everyone tends to bend the truth a little bit. They might play off how bad they are financially because they think, well, yeah, in a month or two I'll all be good again and things like that. So it's actually, you're becoming more truthful with people around you, and this is part of the diplomacy and part of the indecision, which is being stopped with that King of Cups in reverse. Okay, right, so this one is Fururu, I think. It's basically the fawn, okay? And this will be for your love life. So first of all, we'll get some cards out for this. Okay. Well, I've got some there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, 4 cards. Okay, excellent. So we got the Sword of Pages. We got the Page of Swords, the Knight of Pentacles, the 5 of Cups, and the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, so the rune itself is, I'm sure I've totally butchered that pronunciation. Farisa. No, that's not it either, but it's closer. It's not Fururu. I think I just literally made that up. I don't think there's a rune called that at all. It's definitely Furisa. Something like that. Okay, but it's kind of like a warning rune. It's warning of not rushing in. Okay, taking a defensive stance may be better. If you imagine a thorn bush, and bear in mind that back in the day when runes were used, in the Viking times, there weren't much in the way of manicuring the wild nature around us. We didn't have tractors going down, trimming hedgerows and things, making everything look nice, neat and orderly. Everything was pretty much left to the wild, except for the bits you needed to be in your little village, your town, the roadways to and from, the small fields you needed to grow your food for the year. Everything else, well, it was left. So the thorn bushes would have been a lot bigger, a lot denser, a lot more thorns on them. And you wouldn't go rushing into one. I think we've had this one out before, and I said we would be like carefully picking our way through one. If you had kicked a ball in there, you wouldn't just like charge in and drag the ball out. You would look in and see what the best way of getting to that ball would be. So it's kind of like a warning not to rush in. Take your time, assess the situation, and that is what you will have to be doing in the month of October for your love life, okay, or your romance life, your relationships. The Page of Swords is, I kind of get like a spying energy coming from it, but it's not so much spying. It's an observational energy, taking your time, looking at the best route to go before just rushing in. And again, then that's backed up by the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles is a surefire energy. Something is definitely going to happen, but it takes its own time. And again, if you're standing back and assessing the situation, then it's going to look like you're taking your time to actually take action on something. The Five of Cups, yes, can be seen as a bit of a sorrowful, mournful card. Yes, we are sorrowful for the fact that we have 3 cups of snow spilt over there, and it's all leaking out everywhere. My cups of snow are empty. They've been dumped on me. What am I going to do? Boo hoo hoo. Well, you can turn round and look at what you still have in your life. Yes, you may have gone and asked someone out, and you may have been shot down in flames. But as the saying goes, there are plenty more fish in the sea. There are other people. You do have other people in your life. Concentrate on the ones you have in your life, the ones that you have connections with, more than the ones who have turned their back on you, emptied their love out on you, and disappeared and gone off to do other things. The Wheel of Fortune, I feel this is all to do with you, the viewer. You are changing as a person in October, okay? Not so much the energy's changing, it's your ways of thinking are going to be changing. You're going to be sort of waking up to certain things, certain realizations, and to like, and shit you not, we've got the Ace of Swords again. You'll be having epiphanies, and this is what is powering it all. You may be in a situation, where you are already with someone and you have this epiphany, and then you start looking for the best route through it. It could be a minefield of arguments and domestic quarrelling and the like, and you're looking for that route where you can get through it as safely as you can. And for others of you, you will be getting revealed truths to you. People will be possibly knocking you back or coming towards you and asking you out, so they will reveal how they've actually felt about you for a while. Okay, so let's move on to the next rune in the list. This will be for your wealth, finances, career, all that sort of thing. Okay, so this is no, it's escaped me. I'm going to have to just check that one, so just hang on a second. I'm so glad I did check that, because that weren't the rune I thought it was. This is Runu. Okay, it's kind of like the sun out of the runes. Okay, it's joy, it's happiness, it's harmony, it's bliss, it's happy relations and the things. Not that we'll be dealing with happy, well, I suppose you could be having happy relations with business partners and the like. It's the rune of joy. Okay, so basically that's it. Financially, wealthily, throughout your work career and things, in the October month, you will be experiencing joy from it. You'll be experiencing happiness from it. Yes, you may not be making as much on your business transactions as you might like, but you're satisfied with what you have made, and the fun of going down that route to try to make that money was satisfying and filled you with happiness as well. It is also a rune of success. So let's see what else the tarot wants to tell us about this. Okay. The Queen of Pentacles, a card of success. Now, I called that a card of success. It's a card of success this time. The Queen of Pentacles is someone who is like, she is like well off. She can support herself. She doesn't need anyone else financially or romantically, actually. But she's quite happy She's comfortable. She's made her money to the point where she can actually give out to other people if you want. And that is kind of like what it's saying to you. You are going to have an abundance, not like the Ten of Pentacles abundance, where you have a generational wealth coming in, which will support your family for generations to come. But she has made enough where, or you will be making enough where you can show it to your loved ones. You can take people out for dinners and the like. She is a generous person. She does help out, and that's what you will be doing. You will be helping out with your money, your finances you have made. There is balance. I said there's harmony, and we've now got the Six of Pentacles coming out in the read. There is balance. You're having balance between all your whole life, and this extra bonus you'll be getting in October will be what's allowing that balance to come. You won't have to be worrying about the money coming in or whatever, so you can now concentrate on other aspects of your life and bringing that into balance as well. The Magician is saying that you kind of like everything you turn your hand to, and ironically he's missing a hand, will be going well for you. Energetically, the energies are set for your success in October financially. With the Knight of Wands, I feel a little warning coming from that. The little warning is act on information as soon as it's coming in. Okay, don't sort of hold back. Don't rest back on your laurels and think, we'll deal with that one tomorrow. I feel that what is creating this wealth and this success in the build up to this Knight of Swords is your immediate action when something gets revealed to you. Crossing it is the Four of Cups. Well, the Four of Cups is a card of inaction when it's upright. It's a card of boredom. It's a card of disappointment. So obviously in reverse, it's kind of like all the back of that. What is driving all this crossing card is basically taking action as and when you need to, not daydreaming, not dilly-dallying around with things. And he is thinking about that sword with that cup, which is this sword of the Knight, in that Knight of Swords. It's as soon as you're getting the information, as soon as you have the idea, the epiphany, all up here was all about, the crossing card was the Ace of Swords twice. So the epiphanies, as soon as the realizations, the truths coming in, act upon them. I feel this is more of now just a general advice for the whole of your life. Act upon it as soon as you get that information. Don't hold back. Don't think, I can do that next week, because, well, you never know. Next week might not be there. Okay, so let's see what this last rune is. This is for basically the current affairs of the world. I'm just going to say refer to last month's one, the last video I done on the Yuletide experience. It's Rado, it's in reverse again, which means basically there is blockages in forward movement. Okay, we'll take these cards as these are falling on the floor. Things aren't working pretty much with that in reverse. The Queen of Wands is kind of seen as a politician. They tend to promise things they can never deliver just to get people on side. And the fact that this is in reverse, it sort of is indicating like the mask is slipping a bit. Politically, in politics, politically, that's the word, things are never what they seem. Okay, but the facade, the fascia of what normally covers these up is getting thin and frail and breaking. So people, the masses will see the truth of, well, what the politicians are trying to hide. This is all backing this up, lovely. The the Page of Wands is generally a childlike innocence, and the fact that it is in reverse, it's being shattered. Okay, the childlike innocence is gone in October. Things are being revealed as they should be and as they are. With the Seven of Pentacles and the Four of Cups coming out in the upright, these are, well, Seven of Pentacles are implying that these are seeds planted a long time ago, which are now coming to fruition. Donald Trump unexpectedly getting into the presidentship in America X amount of years ago, can't remember, don't pay that much attention to politics, but he was very unexpected. He was not what any party wanted in, and then they had to deal with him. And through his radical thinking, he is treating the company as a business and not a company. It's meant to make profit, etc., because he's treating it like a company and not a country. He made radical ideas. Now, these radical ideas took time to sprout, took time to grow, but now in October, some of those radical ideas are coming to start bearing fruits and things. Same for like every country in the world who had someone that they least expected in power. Their ideas that they put in while they were in power are now starting to come to fruition now. With the Four of Cups at the end there, some of it will be disappointing, and some of it will be the fact that people haven't taken action on it, okay? And they've allowed these things to come to be by not taking the action on it they should have done. Crossing it all is the moon in reverse. I always feel the moon in reverse is the secrets being revealed. The moon is at the bottom of the card. It's setting. The sun will be up soon, and it will be shedding the light on the world. And you've heard the saying, like, let's check this out in the cold light of day. Well, that is exactly what this moon is saying in reverse. All the secrets are starting to bubble out. Things which were hidden in the shadows, hidden in the background during the darkness of night are now being revealed by the coming of a morning. And I was actually going to say with the cockerel there, the cockerel, I don't know if you can tell that that's a cockerel when it's in reverse, but I can, because I know it's a cockerel. In the tarot, the cockerel represents dawn, the beginning of a new day. And that is kind of like where this read for this month is saying. In October, new things will be dawning, new days will be dawning. The old ways of working won't be working anymore because of the reversed Eight of Pentacles there. And the childlike innocence of the massive, just accepting what people in power say because they're in power, will be crumbling away as well. Okay. And so take out of that as you will. I'm going to call that the end of the read, and I'm going to jump into the bath before I do the rest of my reads for the day. Okay, thank you very much, and catch you all tomorrow for night 11 of the Yuletide experience. See you all soon.